My name is John Hardy. I escaped from Canada in 1975 to come to the beautiful island of Bali. I always wanted to be an architect, but I'm learning different. So I'm a builder, and I build bamboo. Architecture is beauty. For me, if it's not beautiful, it's not architecture. It's just more buildings. Architecture lifts the heart and causes the person to dream. An architect must care about people, must care about the planet, and must care about beauty. What else is there? In Bali, I've done many things. From recycled wood, which was my dream, to a complete dropping of wood to 100% bamboo. And we have built factories, we have built houses, we have built schools, we've built cathedrals of green, bridges, many things. The bamboo world was introduced to me by a woman who is completely possessed by bamboo. Her name is Linda Garland, and we call her Mother of Bamboo. She talked and talked and talked and talked, and finally I got it. The treatment of bamboo is what made the huge difference. It went from a material that was good for a little while to a material that is good forever. Really the first sustainable building material on the planet. We went from artisans who build beautifully to training architects. And we have bred a whole group of amazing architects that now know how to build with bamboo. But I think more important than the beings is the process. Building with models is so much more real than two-dimensional macaroni on computers. We build beginning models, middle models, final models, and then we build a structural model, which is very much like the old days of shipbuilding, where the naval architect handed a finished model to the shipwrights. The first big building we did, the architects ran away.
Why?
Afraid.
Of what?
Afraid of beauty, afraid of strength, afraid of magic, afraid of bamboo. It's very hard for an architect when they're trained in the traditional way of being told what they can't do and what they can't do and what they shouldn't do and what they must not do, to get them beyond that. That's why you see amazing buildings coming out of architects that are too old to care. They spend many, many years making things that don't care. And then when they get old, they go, what the hell? I'm going to build something amazing. I don't care. It's only the hybrid that we've created that works. If we were dealing with conventional architects and engineers, they would be just going no, 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 and no, 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 and you can't do that and you can't do this. We work with artisans, we work with artists. Our creator of the Heart of School was an artist and a sculptor. See, the architects are a new invention in the world. The great cathedrals of Europe weren't built by architects, they were built by builders. And that whole idea that you need somebody to create beauty is a kind of new idea. When I walk around a city, I don't see much new beauty. I see 100-year-old beauty, I see 300-year-old beauty. So I guess what I'm saying is that the architects have totally failed in beauty. They're responsible for beauty, and with very little exception, with very few exceptions, they build mundane, they build mass-produced junk off their AutoCADs. Very seldom do they create beauty and create love and create community within their buildings. It's a problem of ego, I think. My building has to be taller than yours. My building has to be bigger than yours. It's like the problem of you see in the playground with 8-year-old boys. And one of the big mistakes is their interaction with this. The right angle doesn't exist in nature. It certainly doesn't exist on your body. And to think that everything should be right angles, it is death of the spirit, death of the soul, death of optimism. Putting people in boxes is a crime and will be regarded in the future as a crime. It will be the brutalist box building period that we're in, with some exceptions, of course. It takes an incredible soul to break out. Big is such a soul, and I have such love for him because he not only builds, he thinks. Thinking seems to have disappeared from building. Architects definitely have feelings, but who could survive an architecture course and still have feelings? It's brutalist, and it's the period of brutalism in architecture. But they're partly constrained by the stupidness of their little screens and the stupidness of their design programs. And basically, let's face it, they're cheating most clients by just printing out, popping up more, moving a little bit walls and popping up more sets of window frames. It's really a crime. But as the technology improves, architecture will improve. When you have 3D modeling, it'll be interesting to see a guy in a 3D modeling hood making perfect little boxes. I mean, 3D, no, I'm not saying 3D, I'm saying VR. The thing that will change is the two-dimensional screen will drop away. The limited little programs of boxes will drop away. And virtual reality will take over. You will see architects with a virtual reality headset on, and they will not be making nasty little boxes or long straight lines. They'll be dancing. The buildings will dance. And when they can design like that, when they can design in VR, they'll start to dance the buildings rather than just, the ruler was the ugliest thing ever made because everything is just perfect. And even the engineers will probably become VR. And the computer power is definitely there. But to be able to engineer to be able to engineer buildings that architects dance will be the future. We didn't spend most of our history in boxes. We spent it in caves. Digging a cave was what a young man did for his new wife. Renovating a cave, nothing was rectilinear. And trees, although we made them into 2x4s, which was a brilliant idea, are not 2x4s. And wood has much more warmth than any piece of concrete. Everything was mud. And a rendered mud wall is a beautiful thing. And a wall that does this is a wall that wants to stand forever. This is what we've lost. The magic of bamboo is it's built to scale. Bamboo grows everywhere nothing else wants to grow. Bamboo grows through a huge band of the earth. They have bamboo in Japan. So if you want bamboo, if you're thinking about having children and you want bamboo for your children, plant it today. In 6 years, you'll be producing finished poles. And that bamboo mother that lives under the earth will be shooting bamboo for 100 years. So you just have to plant bamboo once in your lifetime and harvest it every year. So bamboo is absolutely scalable. And it's one of the only things we can really promise all the people that don't have. We can promise them bamboo. One of the, architects are full of excuses. It's the building code, it's the fire marshal, it's the cyclone police. It's ridiculous that the inflexibility and lack of intelligence in the boxes that the architects are forced to live in. So we can't entirely blame them for building boxes because they're forced to build boxes. But what I'd say to the young architects is get out. We could never have created what we created here in Canada. This place is a place of creation. I recommend things to young people all the time. Don't become an architect, don't become an engineer, don't become a lawyer, don't become a banker, don't take an MBA. Keep yourself intact, keep yourself pure. Do design, do fine arts. Do the humanities. Keep focused. And then never get a job. Make jobs that make the world a better place. You can hire all the architects and engineers and bankers and lawyers you need, but don't do that to yourself. Don't become one.